Okay, I have bad news.
All right. Yeah.
I have bad news.
What?
The Mentat is showering.
Oh God.
Yeah, so it will take 5 hours before he joins.
This fucking
Like if
guy.
we're lucky, five
Yeah.
hours.
We're not even gonna see him today.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Leppa said he'd join. Oh, this is gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little sus.
What do you mean? Last time you guys were 3 and went fine.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Let me tag Trey. My pineapple exploded all over the floor.
In real life?
Yes, in real life. I cleaned it up, though.
Oh my god.
I dropped my container of pineapple, and it went everywhere. Well, if Trey and Leppa show up, then we can go. But otherwise, I don't know.
Okay. As long as you finish Demon, fix my TV because the TV has to be fixed.
True.
Yeah.
True. Alright, Salad said he's only gonna take 10 minutes. More like 10 hours.
True.
No, I trust you, Salad. Were you playing anything to start your stream?
No, it's talking to my chat.
Hmm. I see.
I was telling them how we're gonna get matching tramp stamps tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you excited?
Yeah, very. What's up, Ayako? Well, Trey said he's down. I don't know where Leppa is. Is he still streaming? Oh, he is streaming. Alright, I will ask him. I know Lobos are in because they're busy.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Axel. It is.
Hello.
Yippee!
Wow, this is it's looking kind of grim. The crew is falling apart.
It's falling apart, oh no.
Yeah, Lepo wants to keep playing Road to Vostok. He said he might join later, but I guess it's just gonna be the three of us.
What?
Well, Salad said he'll join after he showers, but
Okay.
I'm a little concerned though.
So he's joining tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if we're carrying on with this, we have 2 of the batteries already, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we can just try it.
You
Like,
could...
let's just try to focus on getting the bloody apparatus. I guess like Larksa can stay at the ship or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Also just back up the save just in case if something goes horribly wrong, but
Yeah.
assuming we don't want to redo this shit in case something goes badly wrong.
Yeah, I think I backed up my save data, like this save data we're on right now. So,
Yeah.
well,
That's
all
What
good.
the hell does this even do?
The radar booster?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's see. Because I think it has like a name, right? When it's... Can you put on the ground? Like activate it? Oh, wait.
Oh, right. Can't you, like, use the computer to, like, create a flashbang or something on that?
Yeah,
Or
I
something
think
weird?
so. But I think you need to know the name, which I guess... I don't know if there's a way for you to see that right now until we land. It feels so empty, chat.
Oh, yeah, you can type flash. Right.
Stuns robots? Yeah, I think you can. It's okay, we have Pikachu.
Yeah, I think you can, like, on the monitor, you can just type the name and flash, and you can, like, create a flashbang around it.
Alright, well, let's sell some shit.
Okay, selling.
Sure. What I even...
It's not too high, yeah. I'm gonna put some stuff on the counter. Oh. Did you beat that mod, by the way, Trey?
No, I'm...
That fight looked...
The G4 fight.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looked awful.
It's like, what, 4 or 5 phases of just spawns, and you gotta have the DPS raise it down, and then...
Oh wait, don't
the
put that
last
on,
bit is-
Larksa.
Oh, okay.
Can you drop that?
Yeah.
So I think anything that's like an ingredient item, you see how when you pick this up it says like
Oh,
ingredient?
yeah. Yeah,
I-
ingredient.
Apparently we need that for like an ending somewhere.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. We should put that upstairs then.
Yeah, probably. Oh my god, I thought we were all gonna fucking die there for a sec.
You are true professionals.
Spoiled? I mean, I just know, like... I don't know what the ending is. I haven't seen it. Hopefully that's enough money.
Spoil this pants grab.
True.
What star do we need? Oh wait, is that enough? No, everything's 30.
22.
Oh, the rubber roll is an ingredient as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the ingredients in this
Okay.
shelf here. How do you drop the Easter egg? Doesn't it explode normally?
No, you can go sell it.
Sure, I'll sell it.
If you sell it,
more?
it should be fine. I think we just need to sell one item. I'm not really sure where we're... Actually, wait, no, we need to sell more, because if we want to go get the bloody apparatus, we actually need to sell more stuff. Lobo saying Lepa. Well, Salad's joining. At least he's just taking a shower, I think. Yeah, if we want to go to the bloody apparatus planet, we need to sell a bit more stuff, actually.
Oh.
Kind of forgot about that.
So we need 850?
It's, I think, 1,200 to go there.
Oh,
Hey, DC. I mean, we'll just try to make a bit of progress today. I don't expect anything crazy, but, like, we can at least get the third apparatus and then maybe, like, unlock a moon or two. Let me double check how much this thing costs. Yeah, it's 1,200.
yeah, well, okay. What is this?
I'm selling some pencil sharpeners. Is this the same save where the giant skulls with the red eyes go? I think we might have sold them. I'm not sure.
I think they probably sold it, yeah. What's that?
164, 204. Because we need to buy some ladders too, so...
Sure.
That should be good. I don't know if we have ladders in the ship or not.
We sell more?
I think we're
It
good.
might be good.
We need to buy some ladders. Yeah, we should be able to afford like 3 of them, I think. Just in case we mess up or something. Yeah, we finished Saros. That was good. Later DS1, maybe. I need to finish Oh Demon Fix My TV as well. Oh my god. Almost got crushed. Alright. What's this thing called? Susie. Flash Susie? Ah.
Oh my goodness. Can't see, I'm blind. This thing is Susie.
Oh, you're ready, Salad? Okay.
Aw.
Salad's gonna join now. I'm gonna take us up into space. That was a fast shower, goddamn!
Yeah!
God damn.
Holy shit! Yeah!
Giga BB.
He wasn't lying, chat. We got a bit of an overtime bonus too. Alright, I'm gonna rehost real quick.
Okay!
I'm gonna back up my save data. Just a little cheat. Just a little cheater action. Just in case we end up losing We are like 5 hours deep into, well, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours deep into collecting these fucking apparatus. I do not want to have to do it again. Yeah, we only need the bloody one. Yeah, it's a bit of a small group today. Lepa might join later. I'm not sure. But I mean, we still have a fair bit of this mod left. I don't think we're going to finish it. We're definitely not finishing it today. That's for sure. All right. I was looking away.
Okay, where's Demented? I have a question for him. Demented, I have a question for you. Are you a loofah main, a washcloth main, or a hands main?
I think it's loofah. Let me check. What's a loofah? Yeah, I'm a loofah main. Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay.
What the fuck do you mean? Okay.
Nothing? Okay,
That's
interesting.
the normal thing to use.
No, I just use my hands.
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything to that. If I don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Then why do you keep talking?
Can I put...
This is you off.
Oh, I can't put Pikachu on the chair.
Oh.
Oh, yippee! Yeah.
He's guarding our items.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We are gonna try to get the bloody apparatus. It's pretty easy, so should be able to get it, no problem. Do we have a key? I guess, I don't know if we... I guess we don't really need a key though, right? We did it without it before. Yeah.
No, I don't think, well, yeah, it should be fine.
Alright. I got a ladder. Code and story doesn't make sense. Well, if you play modded Lethal Company, you would know. It's for Thunderstore, the code. F Lobos,
Wait, am I
yeah.
on ship duty? Can I come with?
We should definitely not have everybody going there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, there's a
Okay,
good
fine.
shit
We'll take turns. Fine.
here. Okay.
And you have to go in there, like, I think it's
Oh,
like...
wait, so he looks
the
like a
rest.
ship or something to get the apparatus.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
just
we-
run around.
We got a
You
ladder.
first have to avoid, just be ready to go kind of this way.
Alright, let's go for the door.
Maybe I know it's a little bit.
Alright, I'll go for it after this next one.
I gotta take that.
You wanna get the ladder?
Yeah, I get the ladder.
Alright.
Come as a backup mice in case there's like
Coil head.
coil head spawning.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll look behind, just keep walking forward.
Alright. Yeah, this thing is so fucking bright. Poor salad.
Poor slide. Can drop it all like the rest.
Wow!
Alexa. Oh yeah.
Dude, that's massive!
Mm-hmm. It's thick.
Whoa! Holy shit. I didn't know it was that big.
Actually, I gotta see it in downstairs, cause gotta take it in.
Yeah. Perfect.
I mean, do you guys want to go in to get some loot?
Sure. Are you gonna
I
stay
can
here?
stay back here.
Okay.
Yeah, I can stay here.
Alright, yeah, Larks and I will just try to get like 4 items each and then come back. Alright, Larksio, let's do it. Surely we won't die? That's okay. Honestly, we got the apparatus. That's all we really want. More than anything. There is a fire exit here. We could check here first. Oh, it's the mines.
Pog! Oh, clothes! And a laundry basket.
Oh, a wedding ring. Okay. That's actually worth a
What?
decent amount.
That's a cock ring.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Lock. Careful for the mine. Oh, this is where main is. Something's coming through a vent. Oh, it's a baby.
Can you actually like sell it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, if you want to, we could go into the mines. Let's go.
Do it.
There's a... Take this. You have, what, 2 items?
I have 1.
1? Okay. Yeah. We have to go through the water. Also, the girl is on me.
Oh, we need to go
Let's
back.
go back. Oh, wait, there's
Yeah.
maybe some stuff in here for you? Hold on, I got some pickles. You can pick up the stuff I dropped if you want.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, stay there, stay there. Wait, where's the baby? Where's the baby?
I think it's my way.
Okay, I'm coming.
Yeah, you're like.
Okay, let's go. I got a bunch of
Okay.
stuff.
Right.
Oh my god.
Sorry, that's me.
Oh Jesus.
Oh God!
Careful. Oh my god. Go this way. Wait, no, not this way. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Careful.
It's okay. It's okay. Lock in. Lock in.
No!
Are you guys dead?
Fuck, I'm so bad.
It's okay.
I was panicking, man. I thought Larkson was gonna die.
All she did.
Well, yeah.
Die.
Alright, well, yeah.
The girl.
Oh fuck.
Scary. Guess I should
I
report
really
it
like how
back.
I died. Haha. I didn't know the gimmick. I've not been on this map before.
Yeah, it's all good. We got the apparatus, that's what matters.
Okay, good try, good try.
Yeah.
I carried.
I guess we should go back to the company and just turn this thing in, even though, and like we could stay here and get some loot, but I don't know. I think we just go back and just turn it in.
Yeah.
It's probably safer.
Sure. Kept getting the no signal thing, so I couldn't see anything that was happening.
Oh, I see.
I don't even know like what's causing that no signal thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I noticed that before too. All right, guys.
So I think my like thing was buggy. Was saying that this body was in the.
You're under the ship.
Somebody teleport. Oh, actually, I'm okay.
Oh my god!
It's fine.
You did?
Jesus Christ!
Oh, Jesus
I'm about to crash out.
Jesus Christ. Scared the living shit out of me. Holy.
I was also scared, but then I remembered this happened to me one other time before, and it teleports you back. Thankfully. God, that would have been awful. That apparatus got lost.
Slightly awful, yeah.
This one is easy to get. Yeah, but we would have had to get like the money to go back to that moon. Where's Slad?
Mia.
Oh.
I think it's
I
showering.
I can't see anything.
I'm gonna get all my medications out of the
This
drop it
way!
Am I going the right way?
This way!
Yeah, you can drop it. I can carry it for a bit.
So dark.
Yeah.
The game knows.
Yeah. Is this normal?
Somebody hit the lights.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the lights are over there. Nice.
Oh.
Alright, the bloody apparatus.
Yeah! I'm so
Shall I?
excited!
Yeah.
Put her in.
Are we going in? We're not going in, right? Pick it up.
What is that?
Take that tape and put it in the ship?
Oh my god.
It's a
Or is
Higgs
that the
tape.
planet? Or
Yeah,
is that like a planet we
I
got
think
out of
it's
it?
a planet. So I guess we kind of have to probably watch it if we want to get it unlocked, just in case. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you leave it at the ship, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just if we wipe, then it's gonna. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Put it in and then just run off so none of us see it.
Oh, we gotta hit the
So we
statue.
have to- Yeah.
Alright, let's go up. I feel like I am not following the story of this game or this mod very well anyways, so.
Yeah.
I didn't even know those Atlas trials, like, thing.
Are you looking for your warm summer vacation destination? Foxy, and enjoy the grace of nature's beauty, then this place is the perfect place for you and your family. Book your trip now, and we will meet you here at...
Nice!
Last vacation place.
Is it over?
It's gonna kill us all.
I hope not.
The eye. It's like 7 days.
You know, I was actually thinking about the ring when I saw that.
Yeah!
Okay. Wonder how much this planet costs to go to.
Have a look.
X. It says he knows you're coming.
Oh my!
You got a camera on me or something, motherfucker?
Maybe it doesn't cost anything to go there.
Oh,
In which case, that's really nice, because
Yeah.
even if we
Would be
wipe, then we
cool.
could go there the next time.
it would be cool if we had to like sacrifice someone to go to the planet.
I was thinking, so apparently there's, I kind of want to try to do that like sacrificial circle thing on the jungle map. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think like Lepa found it before.
Yeah.
I was thinking we could try to do
Do
that.
you know?
No, I don't know.
I mean,
It says you
like,
need like
my
an,
guess would be. My guess would be like there's human hearts and stuff that are being sold at the store sometimes. So maybe something weird like that. Who knows?
yeah, maybe it could be something you like find on the planet too. Maybe you can
Yeah,
just
maybe.
do it all there. We never killed the family. Yeah, that's gonna be kind of hard with like a smaller group, but we could. I don't even remember what planet that was on though. The crystal
Yeah,
thing.
I don't remember any of the planets, honestly.
Yeah. It is stormy on the jungle planet, and I'm down to go there.
Sure. I feel like I gotta need to figure out how that map layout is, because I'm always so lost.
Same. All right. Let's do it.
Do it and totally not like. So wait, stormy?
Yeah, it's stormy.
What are we doing here?
Well, there's like a ritual circle. I have no idea where it is though. I know. Oh, an electric chair.
Oh, yay! My
Might be
favorite!
behind us, or behind the ship, I'm pretty sure, somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, we can look behind the ship. I feel like I've seen it one time before. I don't.
Jesus.
Yeah, you can actually die to random lightning strikes. It's great.
Not this. Down here somewhere.
I'm gonna go into main real quick. Oh, this interior is kind of brutal, man. There's never any loot that's like close by. It's the problem. Did I hear somebody? Gamba, if I'll survive. Oh, I'm gonna survive. I'm a survivor, buddy. I never die. Can't see shit. Yeah. Maybe I should turn the brightness back up. And then where? Is there even a pathway here? What is this fucking place? Maybe the pathways are only upstairs. Okay. I know there can sometimes be an item at the top here. It's kind of scary going up though. Sen's Fortress once again, true. Imagine I'm like the only person alive. That would be totally not concerning at all. Oh my god. Hello?
Hello?
Salad?
It's me!
Did you find the ritual circle?
Yeah, we did. Trey killed himself on it and
Oh.
doing it.
Okay. Okay. Poor Trey. I don't think there's any path here. Man, this... I find it so hard. It's so hard to, like, find loot on this map. Doesn't help that it's so fucking dark. Oh my god. I got some stuff. The fuck was that sound? I think this is the way back to the ship. Maybe? Maybe not. Dude. Man, Stormy is so shitty. Can you stop? I don't even want this fucking thing, man. Hello.
Yes? Yay! Yeah.
I'm here.
So Trey sacrificed himself, and that's it.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey,
he like
buddy.
saw things.
He saw things?
Yeah, and then he died.
I see. Oh, you got a
Yeah.
dungeon key. Nice.
Oh yeah, you didn't even tell me until I took it out. I knew I had it, but...
Oh wait, where the
Where's
fuck's
the
our lights?
light?
Oh. Is it there?
No. Oh no. Would be more loot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down to just get Trey back, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I
400
actually
bucks.
like the exit, dude. Rather the pickaxe is not metal for some reason.
Maybe it's a stone pickaxe.
Yeah.
Being there.
It's like Minecraft.
I just walked all the way back.
Oh my.
I'm so fucking bored. Jesus.
What is a sieve? Isn't that for like cleaning minerals?
What, sieve? As we're draining pasta.
Well, in this case, I think it's... I don't know if it's for pasta.
That ritual circle was spooky.
Alright, so what happened at the ritual circle?
I mean, was it supposed to have like some sort of interaction you clicked on it? I just went to the circle and all of a sudden I couldn't move. I saw just like the blood starting circling me and then like giant fucking redhead flow like came at me and just fucking ate me or some shit. I don't
see.
know.
What the fuck?
Yo, Woodman, thank you for the 75 months. Alright,
Some demonic shit. I
well,
don't know.
we can try again, I guess. We got one more day.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yo, Becky, thank you for the 8 months as well. What were you saying, Barksa? Oh god.
It's a game.
What were you saying, Larsa?
The Eye of Beholder thing. Eye of
Yeah.
Beholder thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got the
did
key.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of far to get in.
True.
Yeah.
So what's the fastest
I'm gonna go
way?
through I don't know. There's a fire exit over this way. I don't know how fast it is.
Yeah. I wonder if it mattered because like I went on the like got 8 by like a flower and then I went to this ritual circle, so maybe that made it like trigger something or I don't know. Oh, fuck's sakes. Fucking flowers, man. God damn it.
I think it's either right or left of it. It's one of the two. I don't remember exactly which one. I lost us. I'm sorry. It's here.
Oh, oh god.
Oh no!
Did he get in? Get the fuck away. Oh god. Larksa, run! Dude, that bird is a fucking menace. Oh, it's this place again. Although, if we find where to use the dungeon key, that could be good. There's a smasher somewhere. Jack's skull. Another sieve. Another Jack's skull. Pot of pots. Maybe we need to use Jack's skull on the ritual circle. Wait, is this the way I came? I think we go this way. way back. I mean, a skull would make sense. Yeah, it could be for the ritual circle. I have no idea. Oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
Do you know where the ritual
Wait,
circle is? I have the skull, which has like an eye on it.
This way? I hope these don't like collapse or something.
Yeah.
I think it's like this way somewhere though.
Isn't it about the gold mask? I mean, maybe? Well, there's like an eyeball, like in blood on its head.
Yeah, it's in here. I've already been hurt, but if you want to try, just go in that circle and see what happens.
Okay, wait, here, take this loot.
Okay, sure. Oh, here's... Oh, I have another circle, I see. No.
Okay.
Does anything happen? Is the blood in the circle going?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just...
do I drop it? Do I... Don't kill me. Oh, wait. Am I dead?
No. Not dead.
Oh! Do you see the wall?
No, I don't see the wall.
It went down.
Oh shit.
Wait, can you come over here? Or am I going through the
I
wall
don't
for
see
you?
it. Yeah, you're going through the wall for me, yeah.
I mean, you could stand in the circle. Does it work for you?
I mean, I guess I could try. I have the skull.
Is it doing it?
Yeah, I'm being...
Okay.
The ritual thing happen.
Alright, I'll wait for you then.
Sure.
What the fuck? Watch him die? I hope
Yeah.
not. Are you okay? Is it coming down?
Yep, I'm okay. I'm coming.
Alright, let's go, buddy.
Spooky.
Kinda scared. Oh, I see the gold. There's the gold masks. Wait, our ship is over there.
What the fuck is happening? I think we got... No way. There's a path in here that was like crossed by one last time.
Yeah, maybe over this way? I don't know, I'm gonna go... Let's just go around. Dude, what the fuck is going on? There's this big skull, like, hanging, with its eyes falling out. I've unlocked the inside Larksa.
Wait, what does that mean?
We stood in the ritual circle with the holding the skull, and now I'm in, like, everything is, like, evil.
What the fuck?
Is Salad dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay, Trey also did it, but we don't know.
Okay. So what does it do
Oh
now?
god, I don't know.
The whole like level looks super weird, and maybe there's something secret now open somewhere, but we don't know. Can I just leave this? Like, can
we
leave this
drop
without
it?
losing
I will have
it?
to. I'll have
Then
to
we
check
can
your
like
bot
do
later
this.
because I want to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, okay. We have one more day, right?
No.
Last day.
This is our last day, but I mean, we could come back here with the skulls.
Yeah, just yeah. next to us. If we can do something, I don't know.
I guess. Larks to stay here.
No.
Scared the
Oh, wait,
shit out
no,
of me.
This is the main, right?
Oh god!
He died. No. Careful. There's another one in the bush. Freaking
Oh
giant.
god.
Oh, giant.
Teleport him, Larksa! Maybe it's somewhere inside the facility. Did he get the eggs? Oh!
This giant isn't a shit!
What?
This giant isn't a fucking shit. Okay, everyone's freaking dead. Let's get out of here.
I don't know how you survived that the first time. I walked past my dungeon key, unfortunately.
Oh, the dungeon key, no. Oh, shit.
I tried to rush to
Yeah.
I'm pretty with this. He blocked the door.
I forgot you were carrying that.
Okay, so I am the hero
Yeah,
now,
it's
right?
so unlucky. I didn't see him until he
Yeah.
made the noise.
Yeah.
Look, I sustained the most injuries because they're mental.
That was bullshit.
Bullshit. Alright. Well, we figured out something cool on that moon, so hopefully, I mean, if we can all get skulls, we can all, like, check it out.
Oh,
I have
we can
two
just
right
drop
now.
the school one.
Oh yeah, you can just drop it
like
for
one
them.
after another.
Yeah, yeah, true. Okay. Smart.
So we're 4, so it's just 2 cycles.
Yeah.
Well, like, well, I think they have been one at the short time anyway, probably.
You might be able to have
Very
2
maybe.
people on it. I feel like it's local. So.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, we can just sell quota.
Okay, do not sell ingredients.
Don't tell the skulls. Don't sell
Yeah.
the-
Yeah, they're in the closet.
Don't sell ingredients or skulls.
I really wonder how, like, what this does.
Beep, beep, boop, beep.
I'm
Beep,
67
beep, beep, boop,
pounds.
Beep, 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 bleep, boop. Bleep, beep, bleep, boop, bleep, boop. Boop, boop, beep, boop, bleep,
Jesus,
boop,
that
beep,
sounds
boop,
like it
beep,
right
boop,
next to my fucking ear, dude.
Beep, 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 boop.
Who's beep booping?
Boobly.
Beep boop.
Bleep bleep bloop.
Okay, but I fear the worst though. Like if we die, the apparatuses are gone, right?
Well, we have the tape now, right? So the moon's unlocked.
We unlocked that. Yeah.
So I don't think we ever have to get the 3 apparatus anymore.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah.
Ooh, Jeff.
much that is. Oh, that was enough. Nice. Nice.
How much was that planet? Do we
It's
buy
free.
bunches? It's free, so we just buy a bunch of stuff so we have extra time for quota because we're running out.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, we can buy it. Let's go buy out the shop.
Yeah.
Good idea. Oh, there's another skull.
Let's
sick.
go! Nice. I want to buy the gigaton hammer again. That was fun.
What, the nuke one?
The server vibe. Why can he throw the human heart? Can he like bait
You can
or
throw
something
it?
with it?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see, is there anything else we could buy? Pumpkin. Have we completed the story? No, no. We just...
By the chain.
But we're getting closer.
Sure. Yeah, we're getting closer. We unlocked one new moon. I don't know if we're gonna go there today though. We might wait for like Lobos and the others before we go.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that's close to like the end, like story-wise. Okay. Yeah, we basically spend most of our money. That's good. I'm gonna buy some pro flashlights. Somebody wants to help me with those real quick.
Yeah.
What's the story so far? I don't even know.
Not a clue.
We're taking down the company. Maybe. I don't know. We haven't really, like, we've just been exploring so many different moons.
You know, but I was really bothered to read and if they know as well we've been finding, so.
Yeah. Company that is lethal, yeah. Alright. Let's go, gentlemen.
Yep,
Lots
yep,
of-
yep.
Let's go, guys!
Wow, what a deep voice you have,
Is that your
Grandma.
male voice?
I love beer! I'm
Hi, what a
stroking my
deep voice you
shit!
have, Grandma.
Yo, what the fuck?
Double whammy. Called her old and said she was a man. Double.
Alright, let's go. Holy lag. Alright, grab yourself a skull, Marksa.
Let's go.
Wait, so what are we?
Maybe we just leave one back.
Yeah,
if
we
we
can
have
leave
to
one,
do
true.
2 cycles anyway. Just leave that.
Leave a
behind
skull?
once, I
Yeah.
guess.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll protect the.
Yeah, we found something with the circle salad, so come with us.
it's-
Trey, lead the way.
This
This
way,
way, this way, yeah. What up the wall?
Oh, I was
This way?
watching while I was dead. I saw you two tripping the fuck out.
Is it that way?
I don't really
This way,
think
this way. Sorry, this way, this way.
This way, salad.
I also want to trip.
Yeah, you can trip.
Demented!
Salad!
Demented!
He already just went off random
Oh
direction.
my
Alright, whatever.
God. Dude, we can never have nice things because of that.
I don't even know if this is the right way. Trey seemed to think so, though.
Oh, you want to go shower? Oh!
Is this the right way, Trey?
I don't know, maybe. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Yeah, we just came a different way.
Oh, okay.
How the fuck did I beat you? Yeah.
All right, let's stand in the circle together.
Yeah. All together?
No, don't get out. Get out, Lark.
Okay. I'm being pulled in!
Oh, Lark, wait, grab this, grab the skull, grab the skull.
Just hold on to the skull. Look at the thing.
Fox is probably gonna die anyway.
Maybe not.
It's huge. A skull guy. There's someone coming.
No!
No.
Oh,
Oh my god, and then I ran into a plant. Fuck's sakes. Can you grab that
Well-
other skull?
Sure, there's the 2 skulls. You guys do it.
Alright, so
oh, Loxa.
What's the one I can remove?
yeah, I don't know if 2 people can do it at the same time.
Oh, this way. I mean, we're both seeing it, but yeah, I don't know, maybe it's...
No? Oh wait. I think it's just a cooldown.
Is nothing happening?
No, I see a bunch of faces and shit now.
Okay. No, multiple people can do it. Trey and I did it last time. But I guess it's one at a time.
Jesus fuck. What do we do now?
I don't know. Oh, it said worthy. I mean, it opens up this wall, so it's got to be like somewhere around here, right?
Yeah, it does. Huh.
Oh, poor Larksa.
Oh, Loxa.
She was so excited to go into the circle.
So drop this off.
And I see something up there. Oh wait, maybe here? This looks promising. Maybe. Oh, Trey's up here. Is there anything here?
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think so. This is the bird right there, and the main is underneath us, I think.
Yeah. I wonder if you have to go, like, inside the building.
Yeah. So it's sketchy though, this bird here.
Yeah.
Is it man? Or is it just...
I don't know. I think it's a fire escape. Can I cross this thing? Dude, what is... Well, Trey went inside. Oh, Salad found another dungeon key. I have no idea what we're supposed to do once this happens. I feel like there's a path somewhere that we need to take. These skulls are just all over the place, though. It doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason to them.
Yeah, I don't quite understand.
Yeah.
How many little bathrooms?
It's outside, but it's really hard to find. I guess the problem is it's hard to know what is like a path normally and what's not. Because I assume there's like more paths that open up. But like actually finding the path that opens up is like the hard part. Go left all the time. True. Oh God. I think I might have lost. Wait, a wall just... Oh, that's main. Larksa. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, is it Lark? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy. I think Salad went back to get the dungeon key because the dungeon door's right here.
Oh. Oh God, there's just...
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. The ritual does open a good path from, like, main to the ship, though.
Yeah, that's really handy for sure. There's a giant out. Here stomping.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, I'm definitely dead now. Fuck. Well, I mean, Trey had the item, so at least he made it to the ship.
Yeah.
Sadist.
Hey, man, I'm just here. No, I'm just Ken, man. I'm just Ken.
I let my chat listen to the Strokin song.
I'm just Ken, man. Hey, you don't need to worry. I'm just... Da.
Oh, he made it in.
I do not have much time.
Had to go for a sec. Oh God.
I have to go rest.
This time I listen to the Strokin song.
What'd you say?
I let my chat listen to the Strokin song.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, it's a popular song.
Oh. Did they like it?
Yeah. Yeah, they loved it, I think.
Oh, I gotta go.
I wonder what time it is. Maybe Salad will make it. Oh, and one. He has 1 hour. Go, Salad, go.
I don't know what the ship is the problem.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's doing it.
Nice.
You did it.
I did it.
Oh my god, broke from
Fuck out of
here.
here. Is this dead?
Yeah. Yeah, they're all dead.
Fuck out of here. Jesus fucking Christ. That fucking bird, dude.
Oh, fucking
That nearly
God,
that would have killed me, I
fucking-
think. I was at my critical.
I don't think it does damage actually. I think it just.
Oh,
scares
it
the
definitely
living
does
shit out of you.
damage.
Oh, it does? Okay.
I think so, yeah. I feel like I took damage when I flunked into it before.
Nice,
Good
guys.
job!
What
Good
can I
job.
say?
Nice.
God gamers. Not a clue what the hell the skulls were for. or whatever that was,
Yeah, somebody in my chat said it's something outside, but it's really hard to find.
but great.
Yeah, I don't know.
The skulls?
Yeah, with the skulls. Oh, we have 4 skulls.
I think
now.
we just. I think we should just go try again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we
down.
can
All
try again. We
Outside
have 4 now.
right.
Yeah.
We might
Did
as
we get
well.
to the eye of the...
What's up, Larksa?
Yeah,
The Eye of Beholder puzzle we can do soon. The Eye of
Oh, yeah, because we got the other
Beholder
holder.
puzzle.
Yeah.
There's a school here. Workshop, you don't have one.
Okay.
Where? Go this way.
I'm gonna follow
He's
Salad.
there,
I
yes.
think he knows the
Yeah.
way.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
I mean, you found it fast last time. I don't know if you just got lucky. But
Yeah, maybe surely not, right? What can I say? I'm a man of direction.
Are we going for endings? Not today. I mean, we don't even know how to get the endings. So, all right, I'll go in
Wait
first.
for a second and then I'll walk in. I think.
Do I go
Lots
in
of-
you?
I think it might be
just-
one
let's
at a
see.
time, but
Let's see what that
is it
best
going
one-
for you, Salad, or no?
No, it's not. good.
Okay, yeah, it is one at a time then.
Okay, I guess it was a bit of a
I think
cooldown
we had
too,
large amounts to do it at the same time last time.
I think it's because Lancer failed.
Yeah, my favorite is really locked in.
Yeah, you were fucking good.
Okay, do I go now?
Oh, great.
What?
These fucking plants, man.
Plan. Yeah, we're summoning the Wither.
So what's supposed to happen?
Oh yeah,
It's a bit of a
apparently you
cooldown.
can walk in at the same time, supposedly.
What? Oh, I guess if we all go in before the cooldown ends, maybe it'll work then.
Just gotta wait.
I'm gonna drop this
till-
skull off.
You might be up there at the very center or something.
Oh, so the question is, where is... Where is the fucking secret? What does this even do? Wait, there's a fire escape here? I feel like this was secret, but maybe not. Maybe we just missed it. I think it might be, though. This path doesn't look normal. Yeah, I have no idea. I think we are just in the normal... Man, this... Oh my god, I just almost died. No! How does it get me that time when I'm full sprinting through?
Always go to the right for sure.
Wait, do you always go right or left?
Wait.
Are you a righty or a
God
lefty?
damn it, man.
No, it's a left. Yeah.
It's so hard to see with this fucking like red filter on, man.
Oh
I'm
god,
saying.
nothing. There's a bird
What kind
over
of
here.
degenerate shit are you saying, Larkster?
Nothing.
First to die,
Right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I think Demented, it's up here. It's up here. Do you see that?
Larkster! No!
It's like balls.
Did the plant eat the bird?
Oh, we discovered.
Fucking joking.
We discovered a new route, Demented.
Wait, they
We did it? Wait, was this?
wait, they found it? I didn't see it pop up. Oh no, did it bug out?
Oh, that was gonna be in the
Oh, we
ship.
can drop.
It must have been Trey.
Did you get it? Did you find the ship? Or the planet?
I mean, this did. I don't know what the fuck it is though.
I mean, I found a thing here. I don't know if I did it. Like this spot
Maybe
here.
you did it.
Yeah, okay, come here.
Is it this thing? Was it on the table?
The bush. No, come here, come here.
Oh.
This
What,
part.
did Trey discover the route?
Yeah, I think I did. Here.
Oh, yeah,
Back,
no,
this
that's
way,
it,
this
yeah,
way,
back
back.
here. See, I went through here and there was a.
Where's Larksa going?
Arts back.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah, so this.
Wait, what did they find?
here. This
See,
path
I went
open.
here last time and it was a fire exit.
Oh. Whoa. Dude, that's so sick.
So maybe it's
Oh,
RNG.
sick.
Maybe it's RNG where it's falls. Wait, is this even alive?
Yeah, of course he's alive. There's a mimic!
Oh shit.
This is dead.
They can just beat it up.
Mimic.
Guys?
I'm pressing the button. Believe it.
Probably put that teleporter just in case.
Sure, this got the time, right?
Yeah, I know he definitely didn't, but we did.
I heard the sound effect of it like popping up. Let me see. Well, what's it called?
Fuck, so why were you still outside this shit?
Rowart?
Rowart.
Let me see.
Well, that all this is for me.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I got it unlocked.
Ah, nice.
It's 680.
Demented is walking in place for me.
Magic. Leave me alone. Well, we have one more day. I guess we should realistically just try and get a bit of treasure and then go.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh, and this way,
Yeah.
so let's do this one.
We could go turn in the Beholder's Eye after on the next
Yeah.
quota.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
What
Alright.
front should we go?
Well, we could
Good.
do this planet again, or
Yeah, man, we could do.
I don't actually mind this planet. Hive,
Mind if that fucking bird's outside the fire exit again?
Hive is okay, but Hive is kind of scary because of the butlers, and the yippy bugs are also kind of
Yeah.
fucking annoying because then there's bees everywhere. Let's just go here one more day. I like this place.
Yippee bugs just steal everything.
Yeah.
Look, Demented, look! You're stroking my shits.
That can't be true. You're using both hands.
What the fuck?
Toxic, wasn't it?
Toxic.
It was good though. That was
Yeah,
fast
it was.
for me.
It was a little bit funny.
What can I say? I'm a comedian.
Well, you know what I
Hope you guys
say.
haven't followed me
Every team needs its clown. So yeah.
You have one.
Yeah, you
straight.
found it.
True.
Alright, the stir's here, okay?
Okay.
Stir.
Fuck off.
Dusters.
Nice.
Making fun of my accent.
Oh, there's a pot.
Oh, I
A
love
pot of pots.
Bottom pot. Oh, another dungeon entrance. Found more pots, some of them taken back.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
There might be main.
Yeah, looks like it. Oh, yeah, main's here.
Baby. Cute.
Are you full?
I have nothing. I can.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, how many items do you have, Trey?
I have 3.
Can you drop the pot for Trey?
I can take
Oh
it.
yeah.
All right, let's go, Lark. So grab the baby.
Okay. Can we sell it? Oh, do we sacrifice it?
It's a path over here.
Okay. Wait, where are you?
Just straight ahead.
Yes!
Larksa, soothe
Yeah.
the
I'm
baby.
shaking it.
Come upstairs.
Yeah. Okay. It's so dark.
Yeah. Nice if you could like turn on the lights or something.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the dungeon door? Is this... Oh, there's stuff here. Okay. This is Tunic. Let's not go that way.
No.
I wonder if this is another dungeon entrance? Oh, there's a fire escape right here.
Yeah.
I think it is another dungeon key. Alright, let's go back this way. And put the baby under the pressure plates. Wow.
That's fucked up.
We could... Oh, let's just go this way. I'm gonna go upstairs. Although, well, let's go this way instead.
I hear something?
It's okay.
Right.
It is so dark here. I don't... Okay, yeah, there's just nothing.
It's mega dark.
I'm gonna leave some stuff here.
Okay.
Guess he found a dungeon key.
Oh,
Nice!
we can go use it if you want.
Good day.
There's 2 dungeon key doors.
Alright.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Alright. Well, he can do that, I guess. Let's go downstairs.
Thought I was gonna die, huh?
No.
Okay. Because I knew that was a trap. I'm somewhat of a quota connoisseur.
Okay, let's check over here. I don't want to fuck with that. There might be something up here. Just give me 1 sec. I'll check.
Yeah. What if we can drop the man-eater in the pool?
There's nothing. Could try. I don't think it works though.
Oh god, it was a mistake, baby, I'm sorry.
Okay, there's a path over here too. This one's kind of slow, so just wait for it and then we'll go.
One at a time. Easy.
We'll go after this. Okay. Oh, we gotta go back.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, just get ready to go after this one.
Yeah.
Just go a little bit after me. Nice. Okay.
A large pump there.
Oh, can you grab that? Actually, I can grab it. You can grab that
Yeah.
note. Okay. I think we gotta go this way to get back up. Maybe? Yeah, here we go.
All right.
I don't know what that is. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay. Are those
Wait.
items I dropped here anymore? I guess they grabbed them.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Don't bring the baby outside. That's a bad idea.
Okay. Bye, baby.
All right. I think we go this way to get back, maybe. Oh, it's walled off, though. Maybe that's fine. How heavy are you?
Wow, you can't ask that. 13 pounds.
Okay. We'll take that. Can pickaxe break the rock? Oh, we don't have a pickaxe. I think we're almost... I think this might be where the ship is. Oh no, this is fire escape. What the hell is that? I think we can go this way.
Weird. Yeah.
Well, we did have one, and then I looked, and they were gone. Oh,
Maybe it was
I think it's this
quicksand.
one. I think somebody took them from Maine. I think this is the way. I didn't lose it, chat. Somebody took it. I left the stuff at the front. Ship? I hear the ship. Hello?
Yay, we made it!
Is Salad getting the eye?
Yeah. There's an enemy outside. I don't know what enemy it is. I see a red dot outside. Ship.
Wait, is he dead?
No, Salad is coming back.
Oh, my thing's like bugged or something.
Yeah, mine is gigabugged as well. I think we should like rehost or something maybe. All my like.
Yeah, I see him going
things
this
are, like,
way.
one-off.
That shows Trey for me. It says
Yeah,
Trey.
yeah, for me as
Yeah,
well.
mine just says
Yeah.
demented.
Yeah, I think somebody brought the pickaxe.
Are you ready to flash Susie if we need to go save Salad? Giant.
Yeah, I got you.
Since we know where he's coming from. Let's keep an eye on the... Oh, he's here anyway. Capture shit. Please rush right.
Get in, Salad.
Be scared of it?
Just get in, get
Just
fast.
go, just go, just go, just go. I'm on the ship. I'm
I
like
got it, I got
outside her.
Okay.
Somebody press the button. Large up. Do it.
Oh yeah, we're going!
I got it.
Okay. Ooh!
Okay, nice.
We got 2 of them.
I was trying to leave it as late as possible. So
Oh,
you guys could get
yeah.
back.
That was a good idea, actually.
I didn't know where the fuck you both were.
Yeah. We were scrounging. That was a good run.
Good run, yeah.
Nice little. We gotta get the transmit system and...
Yeah!
we could buy it.
Transmitter!
I'd buy that after this quota.
Oh.
I know you have so much on the shit.
We
Yeah.
saw everything?
Yeah.
I guess it's done with this ingredient
Oh yeah,
or something.
yeah, no ingredients. What about the schools? Do we sell them?
Does it tell you if it's an ingredient?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
says like under the drop, it says ingredient.
Oh, okay.
Susie.
Any issues?
Had to sell quite a bit of stuff. Get the plushies.
You just sell it?
What's up, Funky?
No.
Oh.
Sure, this is enough.
It's definitely a lot. Not sure how much we have left in the ship. Let's see. Maybe we might need a little bit more. Yeah, 130 more.
some chairs, maybe?
Could sell these pencil sharpeners. How much did I say? 140? 130? That's fine. It's a little bit extra, but it's no big deal. Yo, Cuphead. Thank you for the 112 months. Thank you, man.
Thank you for 112 months.
Yeah. Where's Salad?
He's upstairs thinking about beans.
No, I was watching Gala die.
Oh,
Sorry.
nice. I bought us some green suits, in case we want any.
Nice. I'm green now.
Buying furniture actually reduces your quota, so...
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, all the furniture has a luck value attached to it. And so the more furniture you buy, the luck basically affects... You know how, like, when you get the quota goes up, it goes up by, like, a random number? Yeah, you have a higher chance to get, like, a low roll for the quota increase. So yeah, it actually, like, saves you money. It's kind of funny.
By the signal transmitter.
Yeah.
So that the loud horn would be useful just to be like help.
It's only
our people
100.
with
We could
shipments.
buy one.
I don't know how
So
the directional audio works in this game. Well,
yeah.
maybe it just trolls you.
So we got Rort and we got Hicks now, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the part where we
Alright.
didn't put in the beholder side?
Oh yeah, that's the lasso. So yeah, we should go there. It's 350.
Yeah.
So we could buy a bit of stuff if we want.
I'll do that. Alexa, lights off. I hope I got someone.
I'm gonna buy us some shovels.
How much extra money do we have left then?
Yeah. Well, we could buy. Wait, can we buy a cruiser? Oh, we don't have enough. We sold like one thing. We could get the cruiser. The signal transmitter decreases luck. Oh, I have no idea. Maybe. Lobos isn't here to crash it. True.
Yeah, we should like rehost.
Yeah. I'm gonna buy us a car. Even though the car... I feel like the car is literally just like bait. The car can be useful, but you have to be like an expert with the car. You can actually... The car has a super jump on it, and you can actually jump the car like across the map, but it's really like dangerous. Alright, car's on the way.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn on the magnet. Yeah, the car is a meme. Alright.
Let me drive it.
Trey, are you upstairs? Oh yeah.
Yep.
Don't trust Lark. So the last time you pushed me into a pit when I tried driving it.
What? That wasn't me. That was Lapa.
No, you were the only one there.
It was Lapa.
No, there's proof.
No. You think I'm
Yeah.
strong enough to push you into a pit?
There are literally multiple clips.
HC, do you mean high quota?
Those are all AI. They're all AI.
In fact, you also then told us about your crime, both me and Apollo.
You know what I have to say to that? Hey Google, play fart noises.
Alright, we're going up the lasso. It's stormy. Hopefully the eye isn't electric or conductive. Holy lag.
Tits.
The horror side.
Wait, so what are we doing here?
There is a room, if you guys... Yeah, I'll grab one of them. The thing is, I don't know how this works. Here, let's go around this way.
Oh yeah.
This way?
Yeah, it's over to the left here, across this. But the thing is...
The water drains, and I don't know how.
Yeah. Oh, it's electric. Careful, I'm
Okay,
dropping it.
careful.
I'm grabbing it.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Stop.
So, last time we did this, it somehow drained. I don't know... Like, Larksa jumped in the water and she was gonna just, like, sacrifice herself to see if there was anything, and then it's just started drain- Wait, don't-
Yeah.
Okay, scaring me.
But didn't like Lapa drain the water or something?
I don't know.
I mean...
We're safe in here, right?
Should be.
Really?
Yeah.
A few seconds after.
I mean, you can jump. I think you can jump and get there and all that.
I don't know, man. It drained before on its own.
Okay.
I'm not gonna trust the
It might-
fact that we're inside a road and run up towards.
It might be on like a timer, or maybe somebody drained it. I don't know. Like the whole moon got drained the last time.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
So we should experiment. Maybe like...
I think we can jump onto that circle thing get there. I'll be fine.
Are you not gonna run out of stamina?
I did feel the stamina back all the time by... I mean, I guess I drain stamina when I move as well. Every
Yeah,
time I
you
jump,
seem
I
to
get
quite a
stamina
bit.
back a little bit, but...
I mean, you could try
I'll
it
just
if
go
you
in.
want.
I'll just
I mean,
go
we
in
have
for
to.
this.
We can try.
Yeah.
So it's fine,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Let's try. And then the other version, we can try time-based. Then?
I mean, I can stand here.
I can just stand on top of it.
Is that opening?
It's opening. That is not like I'm stand on, maybe. Such a pressure. Such a head. Just down,
Okay.
Come here.
I got 2 of them. Salad, do you want to grab this one? Okay.
We're gonna go. There's a. Oh, one more hard. I'm gonna go grab.
I think Salad grabbed it.
Really? Yeah. Do we? Wait.
Oh, it's training now, I think.
Oh, it is. Fuck.
We got all the hearts, right?
Wait, but do we not need to put the hearts on here? Like,
I don't know. Is there a place? Maybe this is just for loot. In which case, I'm pretty sure there's a moon we can find here, but I guess it's something else?
I don't know.
Guys, I mean, you can drop them obviously here, but...
I mean, they were already there, though, so...
Yeah.
It just seems
But
weird.
that wasn't... I don't think there's like heart on every pedestal though. That's the thing.
Well, how much is that
Or
heart?
empty or empty.
I mean, they're worth, like,
94 each,
a fair
maybe
bit.
it's RNG how many are on the pedestals.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff in this that's just, like, for money, right? Like, the Outlast trial
Yeah,
thing
the
is also money.
Yeah.
I wonder if this water draining, like, opens a path. Maybe we should just explore outside a bit.
Oh, you can like go down here. There's a path down here.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We could move around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
94. Oh, my FPS went
Yeah. It's a lot of money, honestly. I mean, the beholder's eye is only 180, so that's definitely, like, a good amount.
Yeah, definitely got some money back.
Maybe there's... Do we go down there?
I'm afraid of that.
There's definitely stuff over here. I feel like I'm, like, out of bounds right now. Even though I don't think I am. But it kind of feels like it. And there's no... The water's gonna go up again? I hope not. Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to be out here, guys. Hope the water isn't rising. Are you out here, Trey? Oh, there's a ramp. Maybe over here? There's actual... Oh, hey. You see anything? Oh. Okay. Hmm.
I don't think there's anything just that list.
Okay, I'm gonna leave. I need to go back. Where does this one go? Not going that one. Oh no. Oh. The water does come back up.
Check on the status. This is, oh, I think that was the lightning.
I feel like I was like walking for like at least half of the day. It's there, I see it. It might be good. Wait, oh, fuck. Wait, has it filled back up again? No. Oh, it's not good. Wait, hang on.
What?
Oh, water is dangerous thing.
The meth is still alive. I think.
She doesn't know the signal.
Yeah, he's doing the little thing. Welcome back! You were doing the wiggle to get out, right?
Yeah, I ran to the edge of the map and I got Well, I thought there might be something interesting out there if you do it, but there's fucking out. You got robbed.
There's 6 parts, wow!
Yeah, I ripped each one of them out of the person.
Jesus Christ.
I wested them.
So did you guys find something?
No.
I didn't find fuck all.
Water and death.
You guys
Yeah.
find
I
something?
ran like,
Okay.
I ran all the way to the edge of the map, just water.
Yeah. I mean, we could turn in the other beholder's eye and get more money, I guess. You can do the heart.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's wild since we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, hurricane. I can't wait to get battered.
Going around the back. Wait, did I go the wrong? Oh, it's here. Trey? Sorry, it's so hard to hear you with this fucking hurricane. We got him. Hello.
Nice. Recommend that.
don't know. There's a bell over this way as well. Yeah, you see that bell there, Larksa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
My
that's
God.
even us.
Maybe there's something called the temple when it rains, like a path or something. Or maybe they're like a pirate from the inside at least. Like,
Holy shit. Wait, is Salad okay? It seems like it. Alright, I don't know, there's something somewhere. I don't know. Probably could have made that. Oh. Oh, main is right here. Salad? See a path this way. Never mind. I guess there's always a light above the door. There's a path up there. Oh, the teleport! Oh, thank you. I was getting thumpered.
yeah, it kind of looked like that.
Was there an item on the map or something to my south?
They're like, I saw like 4 or 5 items somewhere south
Oh,
of it.
Salad. There's a bunch of loot by main. I'm gonna go try to get that.
Okay.
Wonder how Salad died. Was I about to land on a slime? Really? What? Dude, I wasn't even between them! At least I don't think. I guess I was. I actually didn't to be honest, I didn't think they could actually kill you. Because I could have sworn I saw like... Yeah, I know. Well, Larksa's going. She'll get it.
We're gonna walk in.
Surely Lark's wants to
Look at
herself.
She's
Look
got
at
this.
dude. See, and now we're just gonna walk back.
Oh, is she right behind you?
Yeah. I was greedy. I was trying to make like 2 cycles at one time.
We'll go to analyze.
There was a thumper, and I
Damn, I got chopped in half. Yeah, I almost died to the thumper as well.
There was a yippee bug in there, running off a bunch of shit.
Hey, easy. Easy.
I'll shot that person alive. I'd have been chopped in half, but I would have done it.
Yeah.
where we're lost, so.
Oh fuck, dude. Actually, this way.
Larksa, what are you doing?
I don't think it's that way. I don't think it's that way. It's this way, guys. It's this way.
Look, to your right.
Nah, she's got it.
See?
Oh my god.
I even break a sweat. Guys, I got the loot!
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, sounds good.
What the hell was that? Oh my goodness.
Is that a dog? Oh my god.
No idea.
Yeah, it's so hard to hear too.
Yeah.
Good job, Larksa.
Easy game.
Easy.
Exit though. I did watch that. I watched you do that.
It's stormy. I mean, we could do one more day here, I guess. We still have
Might
to
as
find.
well,
There's a moon somewhere. I don't know where, but
Dude, I ran right to the edge of the map. Like basically all around. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, but it could be like another like fire exit inside the main place that takes you to like another like.
maybe.
I'll keep an
that's
eye
like
out
how
for
a lot
them.
of.
This map is really big though, so we might have just missed
It's
it outside too.
fucking huge.
Or it could be like, yeah, just when the water drains, there's like a
I was genuinely
somewhere,
walking for like
but it just
2.5 minutes.
Do we need to
before
wait for the
I hit
water to
edge.
drain, chat? If anybody knows?
What? Hey! Like classical fucking jazz music.
No.
You like when I shined a flashlight in your eyes?
No!
Do you know, Vincanto? Do we need the water to drain?
Turning off my fucking thing.
Let's go!
Apparently we don't need the water to drain. At least that's what somebody says. I don't know if they actually know what they're talking about, but
Well, if they're wrong, we... Our chats.
what's over this way? Isn't this like the cursed fire escape? Oh. There's a room down here. Oh no.
But what if the water raises and then we...
It is already raising. I think there's a fire escape. We gotta... It's right here. It's right here. Come this way. Larksa, come this way. This way. Oh, the dungeon key is here.
Okay.
We don't have it with us, but that's good.
Yeah.
Coral. I'm gonna mark the way back.
Smart.
Mm-hmm. Here's slime.
Ooh.
I'm gonna jump it.
Ready? Lava.
Hello?
There's a loot
A what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh my god, I just ran into the fucking slime.
Do you need to come this way? South.
There's a bunch of loot over here.
Yeah.
Can you get to me?
Yeah.
You go around the slime?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Loot there.
Okay, Pog.
Oh, wedding ring. Do you have space?
Pog? Yeah. I'll just put on my cock.
Okay. I think we can get back. Oh, careful for the slime.
Yeah.
Oh no. I don't think it can get us.
Okay.
Okay, careful, slime coming. Careful.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we get to main if we go this way. Oh my god. Larksa, jump up. Oh my god. Oh, Larksa! I will get her loot. Oh no. No! Jesus Christ. I fucked up. This fucking yippee bug, bro. I feel like, what if it has something to do with this room here? The yippee wanted the baby? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, man. Hello? Hey.
Mark's died.
Yeah. I found the dungeon. I found the dungeon key spot. I'm gonna go try to get the beholder's eye, and then maybe we could do that.
Sure.
Let's go. I gotta wait for the water. Oh! Somebody did it! I guess it was salad. Where the hell was it? Oh, here it is. I'm running. Is that room gonna be full of water now, though? I made it. That was scary. I wanted to nuke him with the lightning. Did he fall down? Oh no. I don't think it's worth it. I think we just right click it.
Yeah.
I think there might be one. Might be a
There's a dog out there.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But what did I do?
Yeah, wait, what? Did you unlock? You unlocked the moon, I think.
I drowned as I did it.
Oh, nice. This was our last day too, so that's good.
It was down like while we had to crouch into the wall.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Okay, Samantha, it's time for you to confess something embarrassing you once did.
Like, did you what?
What is it? You've been back on the... Oh my god.
Oh my god, there's two of them. Well, why do I
Just something.
The fucking dog feeding is to like load all the fucking dogs in.
I don't know, everyone already knows everything.
I'm writing that
Nothing more to
down.
confess.
Okay. Right. Writing it down.
I'm an open book, Clark, sir.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm an
We got a
open book.
moon. I don't know what it's called.
The...
Yeah, we got
Well,
a
there's
moon.
one thing, but I can't say that.
Let's see.
Wait,
What did we
have
get?
you ever peed in the sink? Okay. What about the gay bathhouse?
The fuck's a gay bathhouse?
I so one of my chat was curious about that.
I think we got
But whether I've been to a gay bathhouse.
Yeah.
I think we unlocked Utril, I think it's called.
Never been to a bathhouse.
Oh.
Wait, so what do we have? We have Utril, Hicks, and... Did we get something else too? Oh yeah, Rort.
Rort, yeah.
Right.
Okay. Nice. Well, we got a lot of money on the ship.
True, we have a lot.
Quota is getting expensive though.
Yeah.
Get enough though.
Yeah.
50 hearts, what the fuck?
Yeah, I guess we just sell all the hearts.
Yeah.
I think there's one planet that we've been to that unlocks something that we missed as well, so we could go there next, I guess. And then we'll just have
early on we were kind of went through a lot of planets and maybe not looked super thorough.
Yeah.
Like,
some of them are hard to find though, to be fair.
yeah.
We should save some hearts. Oh, okay.
Well, it is what it is.
I feel like we're probably gonna lose quota anyways, but I guess... Like, how many hearts we talking? Should I just keep these 4?
Wait, do I sell these?
You only need like 4. Okay. Trey, you could sell your hearts.
Yeah.
We're probably gonna wipe anyways, and it's not gonna matter. But we know how to get the hearts now, so... Not really a big deal.
Sorry, I just heard myself through your mic. I apologize. You have to sell more?
Yeah, I mean, we have to sell 1,800. It's quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever you do with the hearts, I don't know if we're gonna make it there on this quota, to be honest, but...
Do I have to sell more?
We probably have to sell more, yeah.
Okay. Right.
No way we don't make quota.
Yeah. No, we definitely make quota. I mean, we have 2,000 on the ship.
But it's important then?
I guess we gotta sell these plushies.
What about the baby apparatus here?
Oh, maybe we can... Oh, yeah, the apparatuses are upstairs.
Didn't the one planet require like the apparatus outside somewhere? What planet was that?
With the planet, I think it was repressed.
So what are the hearts for?
Not sure. That is not enough money. How do we have 2,000 on the ship, man? Oh, you got some stuff.
Oh,
All right. How far off are we? 200? It says we have so much on the ship. What? I guess some of this is... Probably sell one of the circuit boards and the yellow apparatus, I guess. Maybe we just sell the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can sell chairs off. And we have there's plenty of chairs here, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
shit.
I didn't realize those were sellable. Should have enough.
What about chair? I have an idea. What about you carry a chair while sitting on a chair, and then I sit on that chair as well.
Oh yeah,
Can you do
yeah.
that?
The chair centipede.
Oh, that's a good idea. Can we chain chairs?
Oh, we only
Yeah,
have
let's
2 more
change.
chairs. Okay, well.
Yeah, I
Just
will sit
carry
on
the-
this chair. Yeah.
Okay, can I like carry like? Wait,
But then,
how does
can
this
I
work?
be carried?
Wait.
Oh wait, I will
What's
sit
going
on
on?
this chair.
You would have
Okay,
to
I'll
sit,
go.
I think, Trey.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Get up that chair, please.
Hold on. What are we doing,
Carry
guys?
Larksaw. Carry
We're
Larksaw.
chair linking.
Can you sit on this while carrying Larksaw? No. Yes. Oh yes.
Oh my god.
I'm about to take a screenshot.
I can't. It's
Sorry,
blocked.
bro.
Hang on, let me.
How do we look?
Yeah, I
You
want to see
guys
it.
look certainly interesting. I'll put it in the chat. Hang on.
Okay.
You guys definitely.
You could like keep
interesting.
you could keep going with this
Yeah.
like independent if we had more chairs.
Yeah, we should make
So
a
funny.
huge line.
Yeah, you can
next
join
time.
Leppa. Sure.
Max is more tilted than Ella's TV. You guys are fucked. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, we gotta get more chairs
Oh,
to extend it.
Now Leper wants to join.
He was
Yeah,
he was busy
what's the
boss
point where we
stucking.
get the chairs? It's
Yeah.
No,
the
fuck
planet
you,
rotating
Leper.
planet one, right?
Oh, Calist?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's where
with
you
the
get all
asteroids.
chairs.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go
We
up.
can do that
and we
next
can
squad when we reset or
Yeah.
whatever. We do the chair reception with the whole lobby, big team.
All right. What's our quota? It's not too bad. All right. I'm gonna rehost for Leppa. You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
rehost.
sorry.
Yep,
Just
yep.
making sure. Can you use the jetpack with the chair? I don't think so. I know there's actually a mod that lets you put two-handed items in your inventory. I wonder if you could like put like if you had that mod that lets you carry the two-handed items in your inventory, you could just put like a teammate in your pocket.
Be funny. I'm actually so excited to do the chair reception eventually. That's such a good idea. God, I'm so smart sometimes. Smart for the stupid shit.
I just want to see what that looks like with all of us
Yeah.
on the chairs.
Yeah. Make a huge line.
No, that's the same mods, Leppa. As the last time you joined, I'm pretty sure. Can we see it? Well, we only have 2 chairs right now, so we can't do the chair reception with the whole team. It's only 5 of us right now anyways, once Leppa joins.
pause, champ?
We're basically just trying to use today to like unlock the stuff that we didn't get before, just so next time, like have it all ready.
Hello?
Hi!
Hello?
My cortisol levels
Hello?
are peaking.
Hi, buddy.
Leper.
Oh.
I have been told to ask you to start mewing.
I am mewing all the time.
Okay.
Have you fucking seen my jawline?
Oh, who
Okay,
are you
I'll
again?
pull up your stream.
I'm the guy who beat DS1 random, motherfucker.
Yo, you're the guy
Say
who wasn't
my
here for
name.
2 hours!
I just realized we didn't spend any of our
At least
money.
I wasn't in the shower for 2 hours.
I was in the shower for like 10 minutes this time, bozo.
Oh, speaking
That's
of,
because he pre-showered.
Larksa, is this true? Yo!
Yeah, he pre-showered yesterday.
we got a shower,
I
guys.
bet it.
Oh, the
Yo.
Look at that!
Mhm.
Hey, can you guys like
Salad's
stop looking at me?
home.
You stop looking at me? Oh fuck. I'm washing my ass, go away.
Putting the chair
Ew,
upstairs.
You missed the spot.
I'm gonna look at Salad as he's.
Huh?
Okay.
So you're not.
So the other shower wasn't 2 hours, I was just sat there for 2 hours doing
Did you
nothing.
see the salception weapon?
Oh, you mean the you did the chair thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw a picture.
Yeah. Very good.
Dance, boy.
Whoa.
Was that too much? I'm sorry.
Oh. Hey.
Go.
Can we please go to a moon? I'm scared.
Yeah. Oh, we have so much extra money. All right. Hold on.
Okay. Is this the chain corner?
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw, this is a cute bunny.
We are gonna let's buy some stuff from the shop actually, real quick. Because we have like way too
Your
much.
voice got cut out there.
We have way too much excess money, so we should buy a few things from the ship.
Time.
But we only can spend like 800, so don't buy too much.
Don't tell me what I can spend money on.
I'm gonna buy a chainsaw. It's 216.
All right.
The spider, which is
Oh, they got the
80.
fart plan?
I spent
Pikachu
400, so
Don't buy too much.
crazy.
I bought a Pikachu as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be careful. I'm just not
Do
gonna
I have
buy
enough?
anything. I'm gonna be
buy one more Pikachu.
Okay. Yay!
I don't think you can buy chairs.
They gotta fix the car again.
Yeah, the car's
Oh
upside
shit.
down for
Okay.
me.
All right.
Oh, she's sideways for me.
How much money do we have?
860.
Okay. I'm gonna fix the car.
All right. Oh shit.
All right. I'm gonna buy like 2 more things and then we can go.
Okay.
I think it was 550 to go to extort. Oh, I bought. I bought 2 two-handers. Oopsies.
I have a two-hander right here. Pants grab. Sorry.
Wow. Just min-maxing so we make the next quota, hopefully.
Not even remotely close.
Lapa, how are your cortisol levels?
Very low.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
I can know.
Okay, let's go.
Salad, you alright?
I will crash the fuck out. I swear to God.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'm not even gonna respond to you.
Have you noticed maybe playing Dark Souls 1, maybe give it maybe take a break? Take it easy for a while, play some Hello Kitty Island adventure.
Oh, that's a banger game!
Yeah, maybe
I'll have you
play
know,
some nice
I did Dark
games.
Souls 2 for 5 months. Okay, buddy.
Wow. Oh wow.
Alright, we're going to extort. It's foggy.
Well,
I'll
look
get
at the
angry
penis on
whenever
you.
I damn want.
I'm grabbing a drink.
So the last shout when she says stupid, which is all the time. Can't be helped when people are stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Who's stupid?
Chat.
Oh, no, don't say that!
I'll crush the fuck out of anyone who says
I'm
shit.
telling you,
hell?
Salad,
I
it's not
cannot
good
say.
for your mental.
It's not good for your cortisol levels.
Bro, my fucking cortisol levels are through
Fuck
the
are we? I need a guide.
Larksaw,
guide me.
Oh, somebody's still here? Oh, hi. This looks awful. Where even am I going? Hello? I'm not even sure what map this is. Oh, hello?
Hi.
Oh,
You
hey.
got a key?
No.
It's a dead end if you don't have a key.
Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wait, it's this place. No, this isn't the new map. This is like the grind the family map. It's hard for me to remember all the names because there's so many, but... I guess we could try to grind the family. I know where I am. Kind of. This is awful. Oh, it's so awful to explore here.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have a key?
There should be one somewhere. Might be hidden under some
Can't
items.
find any.
I don't know. You could buy a lockpicker. You want me to buy that?
I mean, I guess. Would help get quota.
There's 3 of them coming. I bought a few just in case we
Alright.
need them.
Good stuff.
I have no idea where the
That
ship's
one's
gonna
gone.
spawn though. What do you mean gone?
I lost it. It's like
Oh,
somewhere.
okay. I see.
I think Saul just died.
Oh no.
Makes sense, yeah.
Oh. Like, dude, I don't know where dude, not this being foggy is, I just don't know this map very well. I kind of remember a little bit here and there, but probably death down there. This is a fun experience. I'm having a blast. This is... What the hell's... Oh. 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 Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. I don't want your eggs. See a fence. I remember this fence. I think the ship is over this way. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna get anything. This... Like, I can't even find the way in the fucking ship, man. Oh.
Everybody else being this guy.
Oh.
Hey, buddy.
Mine's stupid with D&D stuff. Wait, what game is it?
Dude, foggy is so awful on this map. My god.
Oh! What are you doing?
Sorry, I was teleporting everybody back in and we're gonna leave because this is fucking stupid.
My lockpick.
Oh, hey buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Damn it!
I ran straight into a pack of bees.
It's so hard to see. Yeah, like, it's... Foggy here is so
I don't even
bad.
know what map we were on.
Yeah,
It's just about to get to the ship, too.
Yeah.
Oh. Try it.
No. No.
I practiced so hard.
No. 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 No, this is not the time for poop. This is not the time for gnomes. You sound like a car brake that's about to live its life.
Jesus Christ, Larkster.
Fuck!
Yeah, Larkster, are you sure you're not just constipated? What the fuck was that?
Well, it's not foggy.
No.
It's a hurricane. So yeah, there's something, I guess, outside that we can find to unlock a moon, or maybe inside. I don't know. All I know is there's like a moon somewhere.
Isn't this just that grind that family thingy? Right?
I mean, maybe the grinding the family gives you a... I feel like it's probably just money, like all the other ones, but maybe...
Maybe you can get like a ticket or whatever. Just like... Yeah.
Oh, we're this moon.
Yeah.
I see.
So how...
59. I know where a fire.
Okay.
This is almost just as fucking bad, dude.
Almost. I have no idea where I'm going.
Yeah. I think this is towards the cabin. If we go past this fence.
Okay.
I think if we go down here. Let's see, where does it say? Forklifts, rock dump, bush grove. I'm gonna go to the forklifts for the sister.
Can I join?
Sure.
Forklifts be on the main. Well, forklifts should be on the main. I'm pretty sure.
It's just like behind the ship. The ship's in like the center of the
Where are we
map.
on this map?
We're like, well, we're at the
We're
key.
currently at the key. Yeah. So the ship is like underneath the forest, I think.
Bush Grove is close.
Follow this.
I'm gonna go to forklifts.
Oh god.
All right, let's
If
go,
you
Larksa.
die- Yeah, if you die, I will go to forklifts.
I thought we were all down
All right, let's go, Larksio.
Oh, that gun! Use code distortion 2.
All right, we go behind the ship. This way.
Right? Oh, down!
Down this way. What are you carrying? Oh, a bell.
A bell.
Might be able to go up here. Careful. I think the forklifts is... Oh, wait, I see a light. It might be this way?
Yeah, the light. Oh, it's the main.
Forklifts? Oh, it is main.
Yeah.
So is it... I think it's past main. Maybe this way? Oh, I found it. I think.
Now let's go!
Die. Can probably go this way.
So what now? Do we grind more?
Well, I think we have to feed the blood to the like father or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess we should make sure everybody else has the blood. Because otherwise we could save it for the next day. Trying to get my bearings. I think I know where we are. Oh, we're at the ship.
Are you eating my pretzels?
What?
Are you eating my pretzels?
No, I'm eating chips.
Okay.
Well, we have all of the gold things, yeah. I'm just gonna drop it here by now. Salad,
Yeah.
let's go find the last one. I think
It's at the rock dump, right?
You all?
No, I did rock dump.
Oh, it's Bush Grove.
doggy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow me. I think I know where to go.
Okay.
Are you sure? Take
Well,
them.
after is. Should check to see if you're live.
I think it's... It should be over this way.
Okay.
I think we're close.
Hurricane doesn't help.
Yeah, no,
It could be...
fucking anything. Come on.
Might be further up or down. you guys find it?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we have
Nice.
There you go, buckets now.
What?
The market ship out.
Ship is this way.
Yep.
See ya. Oh, a shining beacon of hope. That's what we're here.
Do we want to do the gold thing now? Or
I think we
save
do it
them
next
for the
day.
next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna get really dark, so.
So yummy.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Is there soup? Yeah, tomato soup in it.
Hey, Mox.
Yummy.
Everyone survived.
Let's go.
Easy.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's so peaceful. Oh my god, it's another hurricane. Fuck off.
Hurricane again.
Whatever,
There's no
it's
fucking
fine.
way.
Right. Let's go feed the guy with the buckets.
Yeah, let's all go together. Okay, I'm ready.
I just formed this, all the way.
Alright. Follow me.
Okay,
Got all three.
Yep.
are we all here?
There's an engine there.
I'm so excited!
Oh, tea kettle.
Oh, that's Apollo. Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up, actually. It's not wrong, but it's fucked up.
Alright. I'm feeding him the first one.
Yeah. I want to do this to my boss.
Wait, the next one.
Okay, feeding.
Is he gonna explode? Oh, he's getting big. Careful.
Right there.
Do we press the button?
Press it.
Yo, he's me.
You want to move track?
Careful, Trey.
Yay!
Bye.
And he goes.
Oh, we're going to the blue key now. Isn't the blue key in the house here?
Oh, what the hell?
Oh.
I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is.
Is the water draining?
No, you just keep pumping. Keep pumping the water.
Pretty sure it's supposed to be in here, yeah.
Just gotta find it, I guess. You got it, Larksa? Alright, let's go. Is it? Where's the way out?
Nice.
Woohoo!
There's still wait. this fucking guy.
Alright, put it in,
Are you guys
Larksa.
ready?
Holy diamonds!
I got a ticket! This is
Nice.
a ticket.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poor table. What a nightmare.
I'm gonna go into fire, but yeah, bring those diamonds back if you got them. You guys know the way back?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yep, sure.
Just go to the left of this fence. And then, like, follow the cliff line.
I don't know where this is.
Just go to the left of the fence. And follow, like, the ridge.
Yeah.
To the right.
Okay, got it.
I'm not fucking with that shit. Oh, actually, to the right is faster. You want to come to the fire exit with me, Larksa?
Okay.
I'll wait here, obviously, just in case.
Okay.
That's a stamp collection. Oh.
Okay, there's a barber, so careful. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, careful, careful. Oh, God. Oh, if you run into it, it kills you too? I thought it was only when it's snipped. Well, today I learned.
Yeah. Oh, what's that? It's a
Right.
Oh, Trey is so fucked.
This is fucking PG. The doors?
Oh, he's so dead.
That was slightly
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Be right back.
You got the tape on this moon? If you're talking about release, I don't think we have release.
If we just want to leave since they're both getting.
Yeah, sure.
I guess we need large still about.
I don't think we have release. Yeah, if your whole team dies, you lose all the loot. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's mods you can download if you don't want that to happen, but... All team AFK. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm booting.
Yeah, they all went to the store.
Ah, I see. Yeah.
All have gone to shower, yeah. We have a shower in the ship now.
Has your pee ever smelled like coffee?
Don't think so. It's a bit of a random question.
Yeah.
What? What is this? What's going on?
Come on. I was letting everyone, oh, everyone is dead.
Oh. The hell are you doing?
It's chopped out.
Oh, I was eating. I want to go back to eat.
Oh.
I realized everyone
These
was fucking
guys.
dead. I was just dying.
Is this our last day?
Mine's so awkward.
I think it was.
Maybe.
Is that the last
How
day?
long were you guys dead for?
Like a few
while.
minutes.
That's not.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, surely they'll be fine. I was just tapped out. I just wasn't even, yeah. It's my bad for expecting too much of you guys. This is my bad.
Okay, demented. Huh?
Yeah,
Like Jab is back. Is that the reason?
I'm gonna sell the diamonds.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
They don't weigh anything. Wow. We need to sell a lot of shit. Oh. Hopefully somebody sold some stuff. Maybe. Surely they didn't, like, die to the fucking company guy, right?
Talking to my chat because our attention span is 2 seconds. Wait, no, that's mine. Never mind.
Crashed out.
Let's see, how much did we get?
Box, you know what you should do?
What?
You should admit you're...
I wonder how much time we've spent in this mod just selling shit. Probably quite a while. Yo. I bought a few things from the gift shop to sell. Figured I might as well. It's faster to go to the original company to sell. Honestly, you're right. Like, yeah, I guess we could still just go to the normal one to sell shit instead of coming here.
I'd probably leave that, I guess, yeah.
We need 400 more. We can...
Yo. I mean, we have... Obviously,
I'm gonna buy a few things from the gift shop, I guess, and just sell those.
What about pumpkin? Hey, can we not sell the pumpkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Definitely better just to... Yeah, it definitely takes forever to sell on this planet compared to the other one.
You're gonna clog the shower. Yo, it's not my fault the shower's in the middle of the goddamn corridor.
Hang on, we're gonna get some privacy in this console.
Did you put stuff on there?
Yeah, I put a few items.
Okay. I think we needed like 300 more, right? That should be enough. Careful, Arxa. Why buy from the gift shop and sell them? Just because it's just extra money.
You know, everyone could see.
Hopefully that's enough. Please be enough.
Stop!
We're fucking 30 away, god damn it.
There's a thing up here, I think.
We have plenty of
Someone sell
plushes also
ingredients?
we can sell, I guess.
You got my ingredients for you right here.
Oh my god. We sold one of the ingredients. Fuck.
I'll sell this dynamite. God dang it. Just sold it all. Sell Larxa. What the? Okay.
I did nothing. The pavement was his enemy.
Just we sold one of the ingredients.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
That's
Yeah, Lux, I
okay.
can't believe you sold the ingredient.
Unbelievable.
I didn't do anything because I was showering.
That's fucked up, Loxa. Loxa,
I was
you
showering.
don't shower.
I was
I did
showering.
not see you there.
Loxa, you don't shower.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's really
Am I
messed up.
wrong?
We got a lot of money. I'll buy us an inverse teleporter. Fuck it.
Michelle, that's gonna go really well for us.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yep.
Super excited about that.
Oh, sorry, Trade. Wrong button.
Alright, I'll be back in a sec, then we'll go. Okay, let's do it.
Yet another rando, you're gonna flush.
You literally flushed Dark Souls 2. You flushed Dark Souls 2,
flush it.
pussy. You did.
Flush it, no.
You fucking flushed that shit.
I'm pausing it for other things.
Oh, so you're gonna go back to it, I see. Yeah, okay. I understand.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Mm-hmm.
We're totally gonna go back for it. Fucking lying. Piece of shit.
What's our new quota?
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yeah, we have 3 new maps. There's
Quota.
one more we're trying to get though.
There's a
Quota's
gigafuck
not stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not stopping.
So there's something on that map we just were that like there's something else there. So
What?
like a moon that we can unlock, yeah. So I guess we're going back. I know. You guys love
Can
the
we do
map,
anything
so
with the tickets?
we can, but we
tickets?
need the I think we need the tickets from all of the different trials.
Oh.
So-
Outlast.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it on this attempt, but I mean we know we know how to do most of them, I think. I don't know if we figured out the one with like the spider. You remember that? Like the fucking weird radios that said spider over and over again.
Oh yeah.
Spider.
Alright.
Yeah, the one right.
Subnautica 2 in 10 days. Yeah. Yeah, it's early access. There probably won't even be like an ending.
Alright.
Alright, be on the lookout, gentlemen. Let's find this moon, wherever the
Big
fuck
dick,
it is.
Big dick.
Yeah, big dick.
Okay.
It's not working.
So like in the dungeon?
I don't know. Does anyone in chat know? Is it outside or inside? I'm guessing it's outside, but... Oh, it is inside the dungeon.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, whatever we're looking for is inside, guys.
All right. Can we die if we find it?
I don't know. Oh, quicksand. Alright, I'm going to the fire exit. Yeah, okay, wait. So just to confirm, we're looking for the moon release. That's what you guys are talking about? Because I was under the impression that there was like a guaranteed way to find it, and it's not like random. Larksa? Larksa was like right behind me. Hello? Oh. Hello? Oh, scared me.
Hello?
Oh, you were a monster. I heard your breathing.
I'm a scary monster. Roar.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. This is so weird. Yeah, Trey streams. I don't know if I don't think he's been streaming the Lethal Company, but... Bro, can I get out of this? What the fuck? Oh.
Careful, this is a gun near you, fella.
I'm like on the edge of the map, and I've just been stuck here.
Oh, it's to the left here. Is that what we're looking for? Plasma apparatus?
No, it's like a tape, I think, that we need to find.
Oh.
Egg
Well,
beater.
it's over here anyway.
Is anybody here?
Nothing this way.
There's an axle over here. Oh my god. Am I safe under this? I think I am. I think Lepa pulled out the apparatus. I think the greenhouse is over here. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, hi Lepa.
Hey. So was that at random?
I don't.
Got acid spray.
Yeah, I thought it might have. I thought you might have pulled out the apparatus, but I guess not.
Yeah. I thought someone did. Is it dead?
Yeah. I remember there's like an inside somewhere that you can get to. Like a building you can explore in here.
Oh, it's not this way.
It's also a dead end. Oh.
Yep. Pretty sure there's nothing here. Nope. Well.
Oh, we can go inside here. Lepa, come back.
Oh, I thought that's where you came from.
Oh, did you go inside? Or are you on the edge?
No, I thought that somebody came from over here. So
No.
I didn't go in.
I was like on the edge of the building. I didn't actually go inside.
Wait, did I just hear something?
Might have heard larks that through my mic. Oh god. That looks dangerous.
I'm hearing something.
There's a butler. But we're together.
Oh,
so.
that's what I was hearing. We're safe in here, right?
Yeah. What? No! Ow!
Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. Just I'm sorry. Salad! Right.
Uh-oh. Wow, these trees on the
Yeah.
shit.
No.
Is that the videotape?
No hugs or stabbies, please.
Oh.
Help! Oh. Stop! Oh my god, thank you. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it didn't look super great. There's so much loot there though.
Oh. Yeah, I saw trash though. It's like dust pans and shit. Fucking shit to himself. I think I may have gotten killed.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to go in and try to do like suicide run or something?
Come on, walk on him. Your call.
What time is it?
5 o'clock. 5:30.
Yeah. I don't think we got too much money out of it, but I guess that's... Yeah. Water isn't looking so hot, but I guess we just leave.
Yeah.
That's okay, we still got 2 more days. My FPS is fucking cooked right now, though. I don't know if your guys is messed up as well.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like...
Yeah.
Could be worse, I guess.
177.
I'm sorry, Dist.
It's okay, buddy. My FPS
killed.
is kind of cooked. I think I might rehost us real quick. Oh. I don't know if you guys heard that. Yeah,
Yeah.
my FPS is kind of cooked, so
Yeah.
let's just rehost real quick. Earthquakes.
out of 10? Get back.
Slad. Okay. Alright, we got 2 more days. Let's find this moon, guys. I'm gonna have to take a short break, so I'll be insurance on the ship for now.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright, I gotta be right back, chat. I'm going to chill on the ship.
Let's go get that videotape.
Oh, I'm gonna inverse in.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, wait, where is the where is it? Oh, there it is.
See ya. Go, let's get it. Go, let's get it.
Yeah, go again!
Mr. Distortion, I found a videotape. I'm going in again, sir. Give me a second here. Oh, fuck. Alright, see you later, sir.
Okay. I am back. What's up, chat? What is this? Reshape the incapable. Wait, is this what we need for the moon? Or is this something else? Maybe we already found this and we never actually watched it. I don't... Okay. Sick. Let's see. Who's alive? Wow, everyone's alive! They're all together! Oh my god, look at them! Such good team members. Calm, coordinated, cohesive. You're doing great. They've got so much fucking loot. They're all stacked. Is that not a fire exit there? Maybe it's just a door. Maybe they're trying to get more loot. Lepa came in while I was gone? Oh, really? They are full. Come to the horn. The horn of Gondor calls you. Hello? What was that? Hello?
Hi!
You guys are all alive!
Yeah, I have something incredible to tell you.
Oh?
Yeah.
Another tape? I mean, I think same as...
Oh, you got the same one Lepa found. Nice.
Yeah. There's more
You brought it in anyway?
I got there.
Yeah. Like, I
Did you
finally
bring all the
turned
loot
up
from
the
Maine?
volume.
An alien tuber.
I tried to turn up the volume of my game and I can hear things really
Somebody
nicely
should
now.
come get all the extra stuff at Maine.
Sure.
Or did you guys take it all?
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
wait
get
here.
anything.
Okay, well...
It just can do something.
Yeah.
Is this...
Isn't man this way?
Yeah, let's jab it.
Yeah, it's here, right.
Oh, God.
Oh, mimic, what's up? Yeah.
Oh, there's two mimics.
Yeah.
There's 3 mimics.
Yeah, there's a lot of mimics. Dude, you take out the ship. Oh, dude, this is getting...
There's like a million mimics.
Billion
What the
mimics.
fuck?
Dude, yeah, get stopped.
Ray?
Okay, I'm gonna go in.
Here, grab this.
Just keep
Grab
going,
this.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Dude, yeah, this is...
Let's just run.
Right. Yeah. I didn't get the ship.
Oh, fuck. Just run, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore. You didn't stream anymore.
It's Jover.
Don't work on it.
Feels invigorating. I'm a free man now.
Guys, are you alive? Okay, are you guys alive? Just leave, just leave. There's 1,000 mimics, Go, just go,
Oh,
just
go,
go.
go.
Going straight.
Alexa's ass is in the way!
Dude.
Trey!
Hey!
Oh, what the fuck?
Car?
How do you get in the
How did you get the car? Surely I'm fine. Surely.
Oh,
I don't think he's
Fuck.
fine.
Oh.
No, he's not. Ooh.
Thanks a lot, Larxa.
They said to start it!
Can't believe you started it, Larxa.
They started it.
Something crazy.
Well, we got one more day if we want to just get a bit more quota, I guess.
Yeah, lock in twin.
Yeah. We could try to do the puzzle again. I mean, that was like 800 bucks. I'm down to try
do
it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think...
What were you saying, Trey?
Yeah, some people could go just for loot and...
Yeah.
At least I think it's really comfortable with that. You can just do the stuff.
Floating to me, that's cheating.
I think it's just right down here at the cabin.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna do the puzzle. Nobody else doing the puzzle?
I'm coming.
Okay, I'm doing the forklifts. I don't know where... Nobody else is here, though.
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta be quick. I'm doing the forklifts. Trey's doing one other one. You guys might want to try to do the whatever Trey's not doing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Samantha, let's do it.
I don't fucking know where
I think the forklifts were behind main. I don't know if this is the fastest way to get there, but it works. Die. This is Extort, I think it's called. Holy shit, my game is lagging so bad when I go by the ship. Hello? Oh, that's him. Bush Grove and Old Cabin. Yeah? Did you get a bucket?
You have the last... Yeah, I have buckets.
You have one?
If you... Yeah, just give me the cash. Give me the cash.
Okay. I got the other one. I guess we'll get the key. Lepo, you want to get the key with me?
Okay, but I got stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I can try to get the key. It's all good.
Okay.
Seems like it's not always in the same spot. I got the key. Hey. Nice, we're speedrunning this shit.
Got the key?
Yeah. Time for big money. Take our spoils. Nice.
Forward?
Yeah. I think this way is fastest.
It's about time to go back to inside still.
Yeah. So much money.
Watch this outside alive. Salad is alive.
Larks is outside.
Buzz alive. Yeah.
Okay. We'll probably make it back to the ship. I'm gonna go main, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Hi.
Oh hey, it's over this way.
I'm glad you guys got it, because I was following the Demented and he had no idea what he was doing, and then...
I'm gonna inverse in.
Yeah.
You wanna stay here, Larksa?
Okay.
Gonna go.
Okay.
Careful.
Bye!
Bye-bye! Whoa, what the fuck is this? Oh no. This is the worst possible spot to go to. Maybe here. Oh no. You know what? I'm gonna go in here. I hear Larksa screaming. I'm scared. It's locked? Bro. Oh my god, what is this? Is this the locked one? Maybe the butler won't fucking shank my ass. Oh, great. Please tell me somebody's fucking alive at the ship. Why does it take me there? Oh, it's this one. What about to the right? I think there's... Oh my god. Bro, I'm fucked. I feel like everybody's dead, dude. Oh, nope, somebody's there. Okay, thank God.
Teaming him back.
Hey, I was fucked anyways. Like, I was so stuck in the fucking loony bin.
Lever just pulled the lever. Oh, I thought you were dead.
Oh, it's alright.
Didn't even check. She's just gone.
Grade A! Nice!
Hell yeah.
Oh, Steven! I thought
Hell
you were
yeah! Alright.
Good work. Alright, time to sell everything on the fucking ship.
Yippee!
We can, let's watch the movie first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for a movie, James.
Movie time.
Do you want to watch a movie?
Movie time!
We're off to cinema.
Might have to call it after.
Yeah, that's fine. We can.
Fucking tired.
We got 4
Okay.
new moons unlocked, so it's good for next time when everybody's there.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Demented.
What the fuck? Why?
Because it's always like, oh, take a leave my pilly, fuck mate.
Restructure requires large adjustments. And for the
Large
future
adjustments?
of our civilization, I want you to jump. It is time for you to prove yourself to me. We reshape the worthless into something valuable. Reshape this failure into a usable asset. Show what you've learned, and I will let you out.
That kind of sounds like an ending. Let us out.
Release!
Yeah, it did a little bit. It sounded a little bit like an ending.
Oh my god, release.
Surely the next time we're all on, everyone will be here, right?
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well,
Finale.
we can sell some shit before we... Anyways, I guess.
It's time. The grand finale.
Yeah, the grand finale.
So long, these inhabitants.
Has he said that before? I don't think so. I mean, it's a new moon,
No,
so we
that's
definitely
me.
didn't watch that. Hey.
I've been so much at every day that now we beat it. But we never did.
scary.
I didn't do anything.
I'm gonna buy out the gift shop and sell some of that shit. If you guys want, you could also come buy stuff at the gift store. Because I think it's a good idea. Yippee!
Stop it! Do we sell the hearts?
No. We want to keep the hearts. Though I'm not sure if we're actually gonna be able to use them or not.
I see.
How much have we sold? How much did we sell? 700 more?
Oh, I was that. Oh, good. Hey.
I'm so heavy. How much more do we need? Do you know?
Need 120.
Yeah, 129 or something.
129?
119 geniuses.
Hey! I dropped maths in college, okay? I was close at least.
Congratulations. Dropped like a DS1 rando, you did.
Yeehaw!
Not sure how much
It's
this
not
stuff is
dropping
worth.
if I've not flushed it.
I was gonna sell the diamond. It's a bit extra.
You
now.
literally
Okay,
flushed the DS2
yeah, that's fine.
rando. When are you going to DS3 rando left? But when's that one happening?
What the fuck is DS3?
It's Dark Souls 3!
Fucking worst video game I've ever played.
Alrighty.
You just don't understand tiny more advanced vision. That's okay. You're just not an evolved individual like myself.
Evolved? Do you mean devolved?
No. Evolved intellectual individual. That's me.
Yeah, so if that's evolved, that means we're in a recession period.
Whoa!
No.
Sassy!
Gonna fucking watch out, lad.
Anything else to buy? One big dynamite. That's it. I bought everything else from the store.
Better fucking come to DreamHack, Clark, so.
No, have you seen the prices? Because of the fuel?
No!
It's like 5,000 for a ticket.
You're billionaire streamers!
No, that's Ella.
No, every person with a tick mark is a billionaire streamer.
No,
okay?
that's Ella and doesn't want to play with broke boys like us.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
I have €1 headset. Reminder.
True!
All right. Well, I mean that was a good run today, guys. We got 4 new moons, so.
Wait, shouldn't we leave? Otherwise
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Actually, I think I'm gaslighting when I said DS2 is the best. Not gaslighting.
Gaslighting is not.
Oh, what? There we go.
What's our quota now?
It's too much.
I don't know, but it's not stopping. Holy
3,500?
shit.
Oh my god. It's Jehovah.
We have 2,000 in the ship. We could probably make one more quota next time, but yeah, it's probably gonna be a reset.
2,000 in what? So there's fucking now tier?
Oh my god.
1,900.
Good
Yeah, but
lord.
we're on the ship is what I mean.
Let's get everybody for next time. Big lobby.
Yeah,
big
yeah.
people.
Yeah, everybody!
big lobby.
Everybody!
Chads and gals. Chads
Yeah.
and gals.
Lads and gals, except Ella. Lads and gals.
No, it's
except Ella.
Chads and gals.
Why
Yeah,
Chad?
Chads and gals!
'Cause Ella's
Chads
not
and
here.
gals!
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah!
Chachingals.
Alright, well, GG guys. Thanks for
Yeah,
playing.
Okay,
GGs.
bye.
Great day, y'all.
Bye bye, everybody.
Bye 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 bye
Bye,
bye.
bye, bye.
Alright. So we unlocked 4 new moons today, chat. Pretty pog. We have Hicks, which doesn't even... I don't know if it costs money. It just says he knows you're coming. Type confirm? Yeah, but if I press confirm, doesn't that just use the money? You don't have enough? 3,000? Jesus, okay. My god. Okay. So we got Hicks, we got Utril, which is only 180, that's really cheap. We got Rort, which is 680, and we got Release, which is 1750? Jesus. Okay. That's expensive. I think we only have... I think we have like 2 moons left to find, if I'm correct. There's some planets in the 900 to 1,000 range that are strong for farming money. I mean, honestly, I feel like that I feel like the map we just did, Extort, was pretty good. I mean, you can do the puzzle every day, and that's like 800 bucks alone. Plus, like, what you find inside. What do you... I think Felitrios was pretty easy, like, money-wise. It felt like too. I don't know. What, yeah, I'm pretty sure we have every moon except 2 of them. Core? We have to collect a lot of chairs next time. Yeah. Crowd? Is Crowd the one that's like the houses? It's like the mansion? Like there's like a big mansion and a bunch of houses outside? Is that Crowd or is that something else? Okay. Crowd is also the one that has one of the Outlast trials, right? I think. Crowd has one of them. Extort has one. Let's see, it's Extort, Narcotic, Crowd. I don't know how, I feel like there's one more trial. Yeah, I know it has one. I'm trying to think though. I think there's a 4th one, isn't there? Descent? Oh yeah, Descent is the one with the papers. Yeah, okay. And then it looks like on the new, what was the new moon called? On release, I think there was, it looked like there was a trial there. I assume there's a trial here too. I don't remember any other ones. Well, I guess the next time we play, we could try to do the do all the trials and maybe... I assume that's like an ending, at least I think. I'm in like the Discord server for this mod, and I think I remember reading somebody mentioning like the tickets being used for an ending or something. Yeah, I guess the next time we play, we could get all the tickets, maybe. You can do it without doing all the tickets? Oh, you don't even need the tickets for the ending? I guess I assumed you did. Well, the next time we play, we could, I guess the next time we play, we do one quota, try to get $3,000, and then we go to Hicks and see what's there. I think that's probably the best plan. Because, I mean, we have a lot of money on the ship, and our quota's gonna be, well, assuming we can make the quota, but... Assuming we make quota in, like, those 3 days, then we could go to Hicks and check that out. And then we're probably gonna end up wiping and resetting, but... Alright. Well, GG. That was fun. Made some progress. But yeah, the next time we play chat, hopefully everybody is there. Hopefully we have the whole crew.